Appreciation tool. Shiva got the information in the monthly meeting with the sales team that the demand for the company's products is going up, and the market seems to have accepted the new products of the company very well. The sales team is expecting an increase of more than 50% in the volumes in the next 3 months. Shiva could not prepare in advance, and resultantly he could not cater to the needs of the sales team. He prepared for more machine capacity and labor requirement, but he did not foresee the issues with the suppliers, subcontractors. Resultantly, the company could not fully cash in on the good market conditions. Appreciation is a tool that helps in extracting maximum amount of information from one statement or fact. This is similar to the 5 Why technique. 5 Why technique helps in reaching the root cause of a problem, whereas the appreciation tool helps in getting maximum information from a statement or a fact. This helps in understanding the impact of an event. The tool was first used in army to help the generals to understand the impact of an event in the battle. This is also useful in the business context. The usage of this tool involves in asking the question, "So what?" repeatedly. Example. Statement: sales wants 50% higher production starting in 3 months. So what? So the production has to be increased significantly. So what? So higher machine capacity is needed. So what? So the capacities have to be worked out, and extra machine capacity that is needed has to be arrived at. So what? So the workings are required urgently, and the planner has to do it. So what? So the planner has to allocate time for this work, starting tomorrow. Disadvantages: the appreciation tool can take you down on one dimension, and you can miss other dimensions. Tip: you need to identify various dimensions or aspects of the issue, and ask "so what?" in each of these issues. Case study: your biggest customer asked you to set up a factory near his company in North India. He gives you nearly 50% of your turnover. You have to respond to him in a positive manner. Please try to understand the impact of this statement on various dimensions of your business. Ask "so what?" multiple times for each dimension. Reverse brainstorming. This technique is formed by combining brainstorming and reversal techniques. Brainstorming combines a relaxed informal approach to problem solving with lateral thinking. It encourages people to come up with thoughts and ideas that can at first seem a bit crazy. Some of these ideas can be crafted into original, creative solutions to a problem, while others can spark even more ideas. This helps to get people unstuck by jolting them out of their normal ways of thinking. Therefore, during brainstorming sessions, people should avoid criticizing or rewarding ideas. You are trying to open up possibilities and break down incorrect assumptions about the problem's limits. Judgment and analysis at this stage stunts idea generation and limit creativity. Evaluate ideas at the end of the session. This is the time to explore solutions further, using conventional approaches. Why use brainstorming? Brainstorming helps in negating the bad effects of people not opening up in group decision-making situations. Brainstorming also helps in involving the team members in the decision-making. It allows them to contribute in a relaxed environment. In brainstorming, the members should approach others with an open mind. Only then, this technique can work well. Individual brainstorming. Sometimes, in group brainstorming, you may not get good results if the members do not follow the brainstorming rules. And some of the people have stopped participating properly due to the fear of ridicule and other repercussions. Individual brainstorming will help the members to give their ideas, without any holding back. But, the disadvantage is that, the advantage of the experience of others, is not available to the team members. The ideas cannot be developed very well, as your experience is much less than the collective experience of the team. Now, there are online brainstorming options too. Brainstorming has the following 3 steps. Preparing the team. Present the problem. Guide the discussion. Preparing the team. Comfortable meeting environment is essential. The team should be able to be in good mood. The team should consist of people with different types of thinking. If everyone thinks alike, there will be no different ideas. The team should be given enough information ahead of the meeting. One of the team members should be put as the secretary for the meeting to record the proceedings. Present the problem. Explain the problem clearly. Set out the conditions that the solution should meet. Allow the people to spend a few minutes thinking and then noting down their thoughts. Guide the discussion. You should be free to guide the discussion. You should give opportunity to everyone to present the ideas. You should discourage criticism. Even the quietest person should be given time to present ideas. You should encourage the team to build on the ideas of others. This is one of the biggest advantages of brainstorming. If the discussion is dying down too quickly, you should provoke the discussion. Reversal technique. Reversal is a technique in which you will ask the opposite of the question that you want to ask, and then use the output to arrive at solution to the question you have in mind. Example. You want to know how to improve customer satisfaction in the restaurant. Instead of asking it like the above, ask how to reduce customer satisfaction in the restaurant. Output may be something like this. Serve food with bad taste. Serve food that is cold. Serve the food that is stale. Delay the serving of the food. Charge significantly higher price than normal prevailing prices in the locality. Delay the giving of the bill. Do not serve many of the items on the menu. Now, after all the ideas come out, then you should look at giving solutions to all the above issues, so that the customer satisfaction can really improve. In reverse brainstorming, you would encourage the team to come up with the ideas for the question, which is opposite to the question that you really want to ask. This can generate a few different ideas. Case study. You are servicing many export customers currently. You already have several issues in serving the export customers. Now, a new customer is coming up. This customer is expected to give you big orders in the next 2 months. You are worried that if you don't improve your customer service in all areas, you would have trouble in keeping this particular customer. Conduct a proper brainstorming session. List down your ideas. Then, do a reverse brainstorming session for the same problem. See if you can come up with new ideas. Decision matrix analysis. The production had been increasing steadily for the past few months. You are not happy with the supplies for one important component. You know, you have to identify a new supplier. Your boss is very concerned with this particular component. He wants you to ensure you get a good supplier, as this component is a very critical one. You don't have too many suppliers. You could settle down for the cheapest supplier. But the price is only one factor. There are many factors that you have to consider. In this situation, the decision matrix analysis can be very useful to you. You need to identify the different suppliers who can potentially supply to you. You need to go through the process of supplier audit, etc. After you have all the information, you can use this tool for your final decision. You need to open an Excel sheet like the following. You can write down the names of all suppliers who are capable of supplying the component to you in the second column in different rows. You can write down the parameters that are very important to you for this supplier selection in the various columns in the first row. You then have to give marks to each supplier on each of the parameters on a scale of 5. You then can give weightage to each parameter for this particular part. You can divide 10 to these 4 parameters. You can then multiply the scores with the weightages and put totals in each cell. The supplier EZ seems to be the clear choice for the supply of these components. Case study. You have to select a new ERP. You are the team that has to make this choice. The boss is expecting you all to work in a systematic manner in selecting this ERP. You have seen the demonstrations of 4 different ERPs. You have visited companies which are using the ERP. You have understood the pluses and minuses. You now have to make the final choice of the supplier. Please use decision matrix analysis and finalize your choice. Paired comparison. Sometimes you may be forced to take a decision that requires you to choose from various options that are not comparable on some objective data. Examples of choices where the paired comparison may be useful. When you have to choose which social cause you want to contribute to decide which gift you want to select from among a choice that will be given to the customers on the New Year Day, to decide which color and design uniform that you want to select for the employees. When you are left with a few options which look equally impressive and you are not able to make a call between the options. How to use paired comparison method. Use an Excel sheet like the following. Write the choices that you have in the rows in the first column, starting the second row. You can also write the same choices in the columns in the first row starting the second column. You should also block the cells to avoid repetition of comparison. You should then compare one with the other and put your choice between the two. You can also put a score on a scale of 5 for your choice compared to the other one. Now, you can total the score for each choice. In this example, A is equal to 3. B is equal to 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. C is equal to 4. D is equal to 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. Your choice would be D. Case study. Your team had been tasked with choosing the next uniform for the company. The employees participated actively in the selection. But now there are 4 choices. You have to choose between the various choices. The first row 5 samples had been shortlisted by the employees. You now have to choose one among these 5 samples. When you want to choose from various options, and you want to keep considering the choice of the team to the last minute, then multi-voting is a good tool. In the previous example of paired comparison, we have stopped considering the voice of the team when we had 4 choices. The team can think that their voice is fully not heard. To avoid this, multi-voting can be used. This tool can be used as follows. Ram is the HR head of the company. He is tasked with improving the motivation levels in the company. He has lot of ideas about how to improve the motivation. But he wants to involve a team of employees, 8 people, in deciding the choices of activities that can be taken up for improving the motivation in the company. Step 1. Generate options. The team has come up with the following ideas at the first step. Conduct sports competitions regularly. Clarify the goals of every employee. Announce an award system based on performance. assess the performance every 3 months, and give feedback. Train the employees in the areas of concern. Start a system of taking feedback for all the senior employees beyond GM level once in 6 months. Step 2. Clarify options. Clarify to all the participants about the various options that are listed above. Generate a discussion on each option so that the option is clear to everyone. Step 3. Assign votes to each person. The number of votes to each person would be approximately half the choices that are there. In this case, the number of votes to the team members would be 3. Step 4. First round. Voting begins. Step 5. Take 50% of the choices to the next stage. The number of votes are 2 for the team of 8 people. Step 6. Take the first and third option to the next stage of voting. The number of votes is just 1 for all the 8 team members. The number 1 priority that is selected by the whole team is option number 3. The second preference is option number 1, and so on. This methodology ensures that the team feels their voice is heard till the last minute and throughout the process. Case study. The costs have been going up in the company, and the MD is very much concerned about the general lack of cost consciousness in the company. He wants your team to come up with ideas about the ways and means of improving cost consciousness in the company. He is also very particular that the team agrees for all the options and the priority which the options will be implemented. Please use multi-voting methodology to arrive at the priorities for your group.